Well, Lisa, thank you for taking time out to join us here on ProFootballHOF.com. First and foremost, just talk about how excited you are and how proud of you are of your dad for him being honored this year, this season in the 2016 Hall of Fame class.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I can speak for me and my whole family when I say that, I mean, obviously there's no other higher accolade that my dad could receive in the professional sporting world. So I don't even really know what to equate it to. I mean, besides my dad's marriage to my mom for almost 48 years and his daughters and grandsons, I just don't think that there's anything else that my dad ever thought would happen to him that could be this good. I mean, it means so many things for him. It means acceptance. It means validation. I feel like he can finally exhale a little bit and kind of let go and just relax a little bit now. It took so long to get him to this point. It's kind of like a final chapter in his life, and he's been waiting for this for so long that seemed inevitable, but it was really challenging and heartbreaking for it to not happen all of those years. So it's kind of like a culmination of a lifetime of achievements, but somewhat of a new beginning for him, too.
You know, it's funny you mention that because, our president, David Baker, shows a clip to all of us about the knock on the door when he has to go around the day and kind of let all the new inductees in. And you see your dad's face and he looks at, Mr. Baker and he goes, "David, is this the time?" And just when he got those words from Mr. Baker, it was just like relief, joy, just excitement. And you could just see it on your dad. He was just so overjoyed and just so overcome. I mean, can you take us back to that day of when he got that knock on the door?
Oh my gosh, you actually just made me a little teary-eyed by telling me that story again, because even watching it, over and over again, and I'm not my dad, so I was not the one being told that I am going into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
But I can't even imagine, especially that it happened in San Francisco, the city that my dad basically built with the football team, from a city that had so many problems and issues when my dad did buy the team in 1977. My dad, and my dad's not a big crier,
right.
But the first time that my sisters and my mom and I saw him after that, he looked at us and said, "Oh my God, don't look at me, I'm going to cry." So, and another thing, my dad was growing up in Ohio. The Hall of Fame was literally a 45-minute drive from the town that we grew up in Youngstown. And I think that has a lot of significance for him, too, because it's really in our backyard.
Wow. So just take us back in the day when you was a young girl, because you've been around a lot of football. What was that like?
Well, I was a young girl. I was only 7 when my dad did buy the team. So I remember those early years when the team didn't have any winnings. They were 2-14 one year, and you kind of just thought that what's going on here. But my dad, I think it was hard for him too, because my grandfather was such a successful man in his own right, and my dad had to live a little bit in that large shadow. Then my dad becomes the youngest owner of a football franchise, which in and itself was a really bold and daring position that he put himself in, especially in that city that was, a 5-hour flight from his hometown. And I was able to watch my dad actually create this tradition and create this winning team. And, I never doubted my father's ability to be able to do that. And it was just so nice that I was young enough and old enough throughout the years to be able to watch that and to be able to see what my dad put together. And because my family itself, we're Italian, so we are kind of steeped in tradition anyway. So to see my dad be able to to really bring tradition to this team over the years, I think it just added to that. And football with my family, it just went hand in hand. So football and my family were one and the same. It was never separate from my dad. Me and my two sisters and my mom were included in everything that he did. It wasn't a separate entity from our lives.
Wow. So from all those years of just watching your dad in action and all the experiences that you had, how has that shaped you into the woman that you are today?
Wow. Well, just knowing the type of man my dad is, I don't think that I know a more generous person than he is. And I don't just mean monetarily, but I mean with his time and his energy. And I hope that I have gotten some of that. And my dad truly, truly treated everybody the same. It didn't matter if it was the person taking care of the playing field or if it was Joe Montana. My dad treated everybody the same, and I hope that I got some of that from him also. And my voice was always heard, even though I was a girl in this very male-dominated society that my dad was in. He always listened to us, and I just feel like I try and do that now. I try and do that with my family. And I kind of believe that there is good in everyone, and I let people show me. If they show me their true colors, then that's a different story. But I think my dad's a lot like that too, that he really believes that there is good in everyone. And I can't was never an option. If you lose trying your hardest. And money doesn't buy you respect. You have to earn that. So you have to treat everybody how you want to be treated. And I'm hoping that if you ask somebody else about me, that they would say the same thing.
Wow, Lisa. Well, I can't wait to finally meet you Shrineman weekend. I am just so thankful for you giving us time to sit down and talk. Thank you for everything, and bless you and your family for this great honor.
Oh, thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you, too. I appreciate it.